Islam. Greetings, family. My name is Atazaz Bey. I'm here before you right now with good news. Some things that I want to share with you about this journey, about this walk that many of us are embarking on. First, giving honors to the noble Drew Ali, our divine prophet. Giving honors to all the divine prophets, giving honors to the nation, giving honor to those who are out here trying to make a difference in this world, trying to make some things happen for all the untruths that are being shared in this world nowadays, and trying to bring some kind of clarification. This video is just really like a background introduction to our page. Me and my wife are setting this up. When the Spirit tells you to move, you got to move. When the call comes through on your phone line, from the universe, you pick it up. When that voice on the other end of the line tells you it's time to work, it's time to work, regardless of what's going on. Obviously, everything works in divine timing. So when you get that call, answer it. And that's kind of like why we're here now. We want to start something and do something along the lines of unity. And we're going to call it Moor Unity. We're setting up a web page. We're setting up different avenues that we can transpire this message to everybody of unity. The reason why unity is kind of our focal and our centerpiece is we're new to the nation. We're new to this this knowledge, specifically dealing with the Moors. I'd say we're about a year in, maybe a little bit more. But it's a lot of information out here, especially when you come to this knowledge. You've been chosen. We know we've been chosen to do something. We know we've been chosen to fulfill our purpose. We feel something in our hearts. And when we came into this knowledge, we noticed a pattern. That pattern was, and many of you are probably experiencing it, some people say this about Moorish knowledge and science and religion and the Moor science temples and all this kind of stuff. And some people, it's my baby. Say hi. Hi. She ran around in her diaper, just had her morning smoothie and her little breakfast. But some people say this, about the knowledge and about the civics and about how to get all this stuff done and what you're really supposed to do and how to, what Prophet Noble Drew Ali really was saying and this and that. First off and foremost, you have to go with what resonates most with you. That's why the knowledge is given to you. I always tell my wife we are on a mountain. That mountain has one peak, but along that mountain are many different paths. Everybody has different paths to go on this journey. So with our message of unity, it's really more or less about bringing conscious Moors and active Moors to a forum of some sort to be able to come to some consequent understandings, the ancestral knowledge, and dispel a lot of these truths, untruths that have permeated in this movement. The COINTEL agents, all the, everybody, who's the agent, who's not an agent, and all this kind of stuff. Well, if we could show unity and we can show a brotherhood of which our ancestors used to show, and what we're working towards getting back to, we'll be able to weed out all the misinformation, all the mistruths. But it takes authentic and sincere hearts and the knowledge of self. What we want to touch on this channel is, when I say the knowledge of self and how that's going to help bring us together, is that as us being a nation, we're one people. So eventually we're going to have to come to a point of one-mindedness, a point where we all can agree on certain things. Because bottom line is, are you arguing and bickering over something that is arbitrary, that is holding up the movement, holding up the progress? These are the kind of questions we have to start really asking ourselves and start focusing on how we can move forward. Everybody's talking about, if the prophet said part and parcel and these kind of things I hear all the time, but where's the plan? How are we going to teach our children agriculture so they can grow food for themselves and for their children? How are we going to teach our children the trades which we have lost, which we gave to the so-called colonizers, so that they can now build up all these buildings and do all these things that we had taught them to do? How are we going to get back in tune with the spiritual significance that's going to put us in line with the universal mind, so that we don't have to argue and bicker about what's said, what's to be done, because we are being guided by Allah. We are a theocratic government. We are a theocratic people. We follow the law. The law has already been put here for us to understand how to unify. But we have to get back to that mind of unification. If you have a brother and he has a good idea, or he has found out some information, don't try to take that information and find out how you can make it work for you and the people who are like you. Take that information and follow your brother. Go with him. Every good leader knows how to be a follower. And what I'm noticing in this Moorish Divine National Movement, everybody is feeling such feelings right now because of what's happening in the ethers and the celestial, the astrological significance of it all. Everybody has such a fervor for this truth and this knowledge right now. And usually in your circle, you probably might be the only one sharing this kind of knowledge. But what that's going to cause is that you have to realize, you have to take that ego that comes along with this knowledge and this auspicious path that you're following, and learn how to calm the ego, defeat the ego, so that you can get with like minds. Because every good leader knows how to be a follower, and every good follower has paid enough attention to know when to step up and lead. Everybody has their part, their plan, their talent, their thing to offer to this movement, because we are all connected. All the fighting and bickering, who said what, the COINTELPROs and the agents and all them, they're going to weed themselves out. Because you cannot hide the heart from Allah. You cannot hide. That's why they say you can run, but you cannot hide. There's nothing hidden, because all things are connected by strings. As the noble prophet said. Everything is connected. Allah knows. So those who, we don't have to worry about that. If you know you're sincere in your heart, unify. So that's going to be our mission. And that's what we know have been placed on me and my queen's heart, to unify, to help bring some clarity and some unification to this movement. So with that, look out for more videos as we progress in this thing. I hope I did all right. I hope I hit the points. I got no notes. I'm kind of coming off the dome. If I sound a little silly, I'm going to watch this video and review it and probably laugh at myself. I never thought I'd be doing YouTube videos, but, the ancestors, they have awakened inside of us, and they have let me know it's time. So however I can contribute to helping get my family back in order, and our place and our house back in order, I must go, whether I think I'm a talker or a YouTuber or anything or not. So with that, I say love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice to all, equality. To those who are on their path seeking, grow with us. We got more. I got a little more. We got a lot more story to tell you about me, about my wife, and things that I feel like many can relate to. And as far as our foundation in this movement, we're starting it now. We're starting here. So please join us, subscribe, and leave your comments, whatever you got for us. We're open and we're ready and we're willing. Question is, are you? So Moor Unity, Islam.